Hello programmers, back to another problem solving video, and tonight I will discuss about the first problem of Codeforces round 984 division 3, and the first question is Quintomania. Okay, so let's start. So at the first line it says Boris Notkin composes melodies. He represents them as a sequence of notes where each note is encoded as an integer from 0 to 127. Okay, and inclusive. The interval between two notes A and B is equal to absolute value of A minus B. So I have to take this condition while coding. So in the next line it says Boris considers a melody perfect if the interval between each two adjacent nodes is either 5 or 7. Okay, and it's basically two adjacent nodes. I have to take that point in mind. And it says basically to check to there are some values actually 1 to n. Basically this is the size of the n, and there are the n values, and I have to check that for each adjacent nodes is there is the interval between two adjacent node are 5 and 7 or not. Okay, basically I have to check this condition. So if I get back to the solution part, so you will understand everything. So this is the solution. I write at first clear the screen. So here basically I did at first take the size of the integer n and take the input value from the user, and the input part is done here, and this is the test case part actually at the bottom. And then in here I initialize a boolean data type. The variable is okay, and the initial value is true, and I run a for loop, and which is starting from index number 1 and run to index number less or equal n. And if in each iteration I just check that if the absolute value of uh, bi minus bi minus 1, basically the uh, two adjacent nodes, okay, if the answer is not is equal to 5 and not is equal to 7, if both of those criteria don't met, in this case I just rewrite the value for okay is equal to false and break the loop, because I not don't need to check for other adjacent nodes, because if two adjacent nodes gives me false value, that's in that case I have to break the loop. Okay, so finally I just check if the okay variable is true or false. If this is true, I just printed yes, and if this is false, then I just printed no. And if you run this program, you will get those answers as like the question. Okay, so you will get those answers. You can see my submission here also, and this is the same code I wrote in my VS Code editor. Okay, so that's all for uh, this problem. And you might ask why I solved only one problem in this deep 3 contest. I didn't solve any other problems because of my job work, because in the running contest time I have two company meetings. That's why I can't continue with the other problems. I will absolve them tonight inshallah. Okay, that's all. Good night.